Good evening. Welcome to North West Tonight with Becky Barr
and Roger Johnson. Our top story. A teenager is cleared of murder and manslaughter after stabbing Yusuf Maki to death.
There were angry scenes in court as Yusuf's father collapsed. Also tonight, is Warrington our greenest council? It's announced plans to generate all its own renewable energy.
It's come home. The Netball World Cup gets underway in Liverpool.
And join me later live from the Rhythm Festival when we'll be spinning around and stepping back in time as Kylie comes to Lancashire.
A teenager accused of murdering 17-year-old Yusuf Maki has been cleared by a jury at Manchester Crown Court. Yusuf, who was a pupil at Manchester Grammar School, was stabbed to death in the wealthy Hale Barnes area of Altrincham in March.
The boy, who is also 17, admitted stabbing him but was found not guilty of murder and manslaughter. As the verdicts were read out, Yusuf's father shouted, "Where's justice? Where's the justice for my son?" Well, Stuart Flinders was in court for the conclusion of the trial. He joins us live from there now. And Stuart, first of all, just to be clear, there's no question that Yusuf died from a stab wound or about who inflicted it.
No, Yusuf Maki, 17-year-old, was with two friends, the co-defendants in this case. They can't be named for legal reasons, when he was stabbed through the heart in the street in the Hale Barnes area of Altrincham. No question, as you say, of who was holding the knife. That boy says that Yusuf pulled a knife first. He was acting in self-defence. It was an accident. Today, he was found not guilty of murder and of manslaughter. Both defendants were cleared of a number of lesser charges. They have both already admitted possessing flick knives, and one of them, the boy cleared of murder, has admitted perverting the course of justice, and they'll be sentenced for those offences on September the 25th.
And Stuart, just tell us about the disturbance which occurred in the courtroom when those verdicts were delivered.
Well, it's always a tense moment when a verdict is read out in court, but when the jury returned those verdicts this afternoon, there was a sudden commotion in the public gallery upstairs. It was Yusuf's father screaming abuse, and he shouted, "Where's the justice? Where's the justice for my son?" The judge immediately adjourned the case. The jury was cleared from the court, with one of them in floods of tears.
And just whatever, it's just a tragic case, Stuart.
Well, it is a stabbing in a wealthy area of Greater Manchester involving three boys who were apparently very privileged. During the trial, though, the jury was told that this was an accident waiting to happen. Three middle-class boys with gangster fantasies exchanging pictures of knives on their phone. Yusuf, a young boy, a scholarship boy at the prestigious Manchester Grammar School with ambitions of becoming a medic. So how could three privileged youngsters find themselves involved in something like this, which left one of them dead? Tonight, the family of the boy cleared of murder released a statement acknowledging the suffering of Yusuf's family and saying, "There are no winners in this case. Yusuf's death was a tragedy, and our son will have to live with the responsibility of his role for the rest of his life."
Stuart, thank you. Stuart Flinders there reporting from Manchester Crown Court.
Well, in other news, campaigners have achieved a victory after barriers were placed next to a canal where a teenager was found dead. The body of University of Manchester student Charlie Pope was discovered in the Rochdale Canal in Manchester city centre in March of last year. Fences have now been installed around the stretch of canal where Charlie died.
The former Lancashire County Cricket Club captain Jack Bond has died at the age of 87. He skippered a highly successful county side from 1968 to 1972. During his career, he played 461 games in all competitions, scoring more than 12,000 first-class runs.
The demolition of Liverpool's Churchill Way flyovers could begin in September. A recommendation to the City Council next week will suggest the 50-year-old structures are brought down at a cost of nearly £7 million. The roads have been closed to traffic since September.
A scale model of Stonehenge has been built by Salford University to discover what the early visitors to the monument would have heard more than 4,000 years ago. Academics want to see how sound travelled across all the original stones, some of which are now missing. It's thought that music could have been played inside or around the henge.
Merseyside police say a new campaign to crack down on serious crime is already reaping rewards, with dozens of arrests and confiscated weapons.
The force launched Operation Target at the beginning of the month after getting more than £4 million from the government, as Jill Dummigan reports.
Another household about to get an unexpected visit, courtesy of Operation Target.
We need those who are involved in serious violence to understand that we have the resources to target them, and that's exactly what we are doing.
The cash has allowed the force to put extra officers on the street, more stop searches, roadside checks and drug investigations, and it's already showing results. 239 stop searches, 54 arrests and 45 knives confiscated. All welcome in areas like this, Norris Green, where violent crime is a major concern. Is it something that worries you, that kind of thing?
It does, yeah. You do like getting rid of it or like, you know.
Well, it's just getting worse, isn't it? I think they're getting younger. It does worry me, and don't let my kids go out. Don't go over the door.
Really? So you keep them in because you're worried about them?
Yeah.
People's concerns are borne out by the latest government figures on Merseyside, which show a rise in reported knife crime of nearly a third over the past year. For gun crime, it's better news, a drop of 13%. But for violent crime in general, there's been a reported rise of 34%. So what would people around here like to see?
I think more meetings should take place as well, you know, like where they get people who have been affected by it to put like a group of teenagers in a room, show them videos and how it's affected them.
More community centres and things for the kids to do, so they're not hanging around on the streets as well and that.
Something the force is also putting money into. Lewis and Vicky run a charity dedicated to helping young people reject knife crime. They welcome the initiative, but say the police can't do it without support from the legal system.
Because it raises the profile of knife crime, and it just goes to show that how many knives actually are out there.
Also, the courts have got to start making changes, because you're supposed to go to prison for 4 years if you're caught in possession of a knife, and that's not happening.
The force says they're aiming to make Merseyside a safer place for everyone. Funding runs until next April. Jill Dummigan, BBC North West Tonight, Liverpool.
Now, earlier this week, we reported how 2 North West councils have declared climate emergencies and what they intend to do to become greener.
Well, now Warrington Borough Council has announced it will be the first local authority in the country to generate all the electricity it uses itself from renewable sources. It's building 2 giant solar farms in Yorkshire. Phil McCann reports.
This farmland near York is 100 miles away from Warrington, but in a few months' time, it'll be powering all the council's buildings and streetlights.
So this site's going to generate 40 gigawatt hours of energy a year. That's enough for 18,000 electric vehicles to be driven for a whole year, or around 11,000 houses.
In a few weeks' time, this site is going to look very different. 91,000 of these solar panels are going to be slung across nearly 200 acres of the Yorkshire countryside. It's costing Warrington Borough Council around £60 million, but they say that over the next 30 years, it'll save them around £1 million a year in energy costs.
Particularly at the moment, it's absolutely relevant in terms of climate emergency. We're taking really positive action here in Warrington around solar energy, around greening up our estate. And those 2 solar farms, for example, will make us the first council that is 100% generating and supplying its own energy.
The council says there wasn't suitable land in Warrington itself to build a solar farm. It's building another near Hull, which will sell all its energy to the national grid, meaning together the sites will run at a profit. But the government says councils should be careful when spending so much on money-making schemes like this. One of Warrington's MPs is concerned too.
I do think they need to think very carefully about where they're investing, where they're getting their advice from, and how much of a risk they're taking.
And not all the Warrington taxpayers who are funding these solar farms are convinced either.
Well, wouldn't it be better spent on houses here than somewhere in Yorkshire?
I could see some logic in it, but it's yet to be proved.
Earlier this year, there were protests across the country calling for more action on climate change. And so far, at least 10 North West councils have declared climate emergencies, setting targets to use less energy or become carbon neutral. It means more radical solutions like this could soon follow elsewhere. Phil McCann, BBC North West Tonight.
Now, a documentary this weekend will give a unique insight into the life of one of professional golf's most charismatic characters. The Southport golfer Tommy Fleetwood will be one of the favourites for the Open Championship in Northern Ireland next week.
Over the last few months, North West Tonight has been given exclusive access to Tommy's world, talking to his friends and his family to discover how he made it from golf-mad schoolboy to the top of his sport. Stuart Pollett has this report.
I mean, it's always like my favourite thing to do, so if I ever got home from school, I just wanted to go play golf.
I told his mum, first time he went out and hit shots, I said that he's going to be good.
This is how a tiny Tommy Fleetwood got started in golf. Hours and hours of practice in his hometown.
Right, yeah. 16th hole, Southport Municipal. Every night, without fail. Rain, snow, anything. A little madman of beer swinging away.
And his parents captured most of it on home video.
You don't have to play golf at any golf course and you keep doing that.
He used to video it, partly for my swing. A lot of it was for my reactions because I was an angry kid. I was such an angry little kid at 6, 7, 8 years old. We went no matter what it was. If I got a new set of waterproofs, I wanted to go try them.
He couldn't wait for it to be lashing down so he could go out and try these waterproofs and get going here. Oh, he was mad. From day one, really, he's been mad on it. I was a road worker. I used to lay flags, tarmac, all that sort of stuff. No, we never had any money, but you manage, don't you? It just happens, you just do it.
Never really had anything, and I think as a kid, it's not really in your mentality to be thinking about money or worrying about it. I never truly, had a appreciation for, how difficult it might have been at times.
Of course he will not miss.
20 years on, and that little boy is now one of the biggest stars in golf.
Changed from someone who only might do well to someone there's people putting a lot of money on, to win. And he can win, and it wouldn't surprise anybody if he does win.
The only thing missing from Tommy's CV is a major championship victory. And there's one event he wants to win more than any other.
I don't want to say that my career won't be fulfilled if I never win the Open, or there's clearly things that I want to achieve. For me, if I won the Open, when it's on, and I never win another tournament again, I guarantee I'll be a very, very happy man.
And he'll get another chance to do that at Royal Portrush next week. Stuart Pollett, BBC North West Tonight.
It's a really good documentary. I watched it earlier. The Making of Tommy Fleetwood, BBC 2, Sunday morning, 10:30. After that, on the BBC iPlayer.
Now, all this week, we featured some really inspirational people from across the region and presented them with a ray of sunshine. It's all in memory of our colleague, Diane Oxbury. Well, tonight, it's the turn of a young football coach.
Yes, engineering student Emil Awan is only 18, but he's already qualified as an FA coach, and he now mentors youngsters at the junior football club that he used to play for. Ian Haslam's been to surprise him.
All right, guys, this is what I want to see in this square. Can we watch, please? Right foot, left foot, just like that, okay?
When Emil Awan talks, his young team listen, learn and enjoy.
My little brother was playing for a team in Stockport and they lost 32-0. And I felt really sorry for the coach because he was on his own. So I then approached him and said, if you want any help, I'm more than happy to help because I just wanted to be involved with football however much I could be. So he got me involved and I was about 15, 16 then, and I've not looked back since.
Great pass, Adam, brilliant! It's a role Emil combines with being a full-time engineering student.
The main goal, of course, is to improve them as footballers, and they're not going to improve if they're not having fun.
It's this kind of attitude that inspired his mum's Ray of Sunshine nomination.
When a lot of teenagers think, oh, I can't be bothered, he's dedicated. He's like every Saturday morning he's there, every training session he's there. All the boys and girls really love him, and all the parents love him as well.
You are literally bursting with pride, aren't you, Shirley?
I am bursting with pride.
Great effort, unlucky.
I had no qualms suggesting to Emil that he could do it. He's an absolute brilliant role model to all the kids, and he's gone on this year doing it off his own back.
We're all so proud of the lads and what they've achieved with Emil.
The imagination that he puts into the football is amazing, and the commitment that he gives them, they give back.
So, a young man worthy of recognition. Time to tell him then.
Emil's dad Leon, Emil's mum Shirley. This is a BBC North West Tonight ray of sunshine in memory of Diane Oxbury. You're going to give it to him, aren't you, Shirley? Is he going to be embarrassed by you being here a bit?
Yes.
But is he going to secretly be pleased, Leon?
He's going to be very pleased.
That's the main thing. Let's go and give it to him. Come on. We're not really here just to film a piece about grassroots football. Shirley, just come in and tell us what it is and why.
This is the North West Tonight Ray of Sunshine Award for all your dedication for the young people in the community. You've been awarded it.
Brilliant. That's amazing, that. Thank you very much.
Well done, Emil.
Really nice. Thank you, guys. You're not slightly mad at her, are you?
No, definitely not. No, definitely not.
She was slightly worried about that.
No, of course not. Of course not. Thank you very much.
Give him a hug.
Aww.
Thank you.
Aww.
For 19, it's pretty good for 19.
He is pretty good for 19, isn't he? How old are you?
8.
How nice is he to you and how much do you help
He's
him?
really nice, not like a strict person who goes, "Ah, you did this wrong!"
Which you could interpret as, he's a real ray of sunshine. Ian Haslam, BBC North West Tonight.
Oh, well done, Emil.
What a lovely man.
It's like our boss. You did this wrong.
She's lovely.
Thank you so much. We've done 5 rays of sunshine this week. They've all been wonderful, all building up to Tatton next week, of course, the Tatton Flower Show. Lots of that, lots more about Diane as well. And Christmas Stars, which Ray of Sunshine came from, will return at the end of the year. Now, after months of anticipation, the Netball World Cup started in Liverpool today. 16 nations competing over the next 9 days for the biggest prize in the sport.
Huge crowds are expected throughout the tournament at the city's M&S Bank Arena. And Richard Askham is there for us now. Rich.
Yes, hi Becky. Do you know what? The action here has been fantastic. I'm completely sold on it, by the way. This is Trinidad and Tobago taking on South Africa, but even more than the action, which when you see it close up is really dynamic, it really is superb, it's the overall atmosphere of this event. You know, as you mentioned, 16 nations taking part, fans from all around the world, several African nations bring a particular flavour to it as well. We've had Zimbabwe fans chanting and dancing in the arena, out in the concourse as well, and there's a really lovely atmosphere between everybody. And just to give you another flavour of that, I had a quick chat with some Zimbabwe supporters and some Australian fans a few moments ago.
It's wonderful. It's great that Liverpool's been so friendly, and the weather's not as perfect as back home in Australia.
You can't have everything, you know. You can't have everything.
Yeah. So hopefully the Netty girls from Australia would do better than the boys in the cricket yesterday.
I hope, I wish, I pray they get to the quarterfinals and semi-finals. I know there's some great players in there, England, Australia, Jamaica, you know, the usual suspects.
I mean, netball is a big sport in general, you know, from cricket. Football, we haven't done very well, but, you know, generally sport unites all the people from all walks of life.
Really is a lovely feeling around the whole event, you know. Delighted to say I'm joined now by the event director, Lindsay Impett. Lindsay, thanks so much for joining us.
No problem.
The action has been fabulous today, you know. I've really enjoyed watching it. What do you make of it in terms of launching this event today?
Well, I've been working on the event for 4 years, so to get to this point in the journey and see the amount of fans that are here, the electrifying atmosphere, the fantastic performances by the teams is just incredible. I could not be more pleased with how today has gone.
Do you know what? The atmosphere has been superb, and I mentioned it before, the international atmosphere that you've got here. We're going to see the opening ceremony now. That felt like that as well. It feels as though everybody is coming together to celebrate netball.
Absolutely. I mean, we have our 4 pillars, which is elite sport, empowering women and girls, the iconic city of Liverpool, and welcoming the world. And that welcoming the world one has definitely been seen throughout the day today.
Yeah, it really has. I've been surprised by the number of fans that have travelled a long way to watch this. I don't know why I have, but it's been amazing. There are some tickets left. Most of these sessions are sold out, but there are some left. If people want to come down, there are still some tickets available.
They are few and far between, but there are still some available, particularly in the middle of the week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday morning. But come down, support all the teams. Some of the lesser known teams on the netball world are much closer, close matches, very exciting. Come down and support all the teams and welcome them all to Liverpool.
It's really going to build this, isn't it? England are going to make take their bow at 7 o'clock against Uganda. Scotland as well against Samoa just after that. What do you make of the level of competition that people can see here?
It's netball has never been closer on the world stage in terms of the teams and the competition between them. I think that any of the top sort of 6 or 7 teams could actually take this competition, and from my perspective, I just want to give them the best opportunity to do that.
Yeah, and what people will see as well, certainly in these early stages, 2 matches going on side by side, which is something to behold.
Absolutely. I mean, it was a plan from the start that we wanted all teams to play in this arena and not have to have 2 separate arenas with 2 separate amounts of lots of fans. They are here. Everybody can support all of the teams, and you really do feel that in the electrifying atmosphere around this arena.
Certainly do, Lindsay. Thanks very much indeed. I'll let you get your seat ready for the England game. England kicking off at 7 o'clock against Uganda. It really is superb, this event. Do come down if you can. From the M&S Bank Arena, back to you.
Richard, thanks for that. Richard Askham there at Liverpool. That's great. Looks great, doesn't it?
Does absolutely super.
Another great event we're about to get to now. The festival season is in full swing. Beat Herder gets underway in the Ribble Valley this weekend, and the Manchester International Festival, of course, continues.
If you want pure and simple pop, though, there's only one place to be tonight. Graham Liver is live on Lytham Green, where the festival is celebrating a big birthday. The Princess of Pop is in town, and Graham, we can see you're all prepared.
Oh, I am. This is me sorted for later. You two, welcome to the Green in Lytham. That's usually the standout feature of the Green, but tonight 20,000 people are here to see Kylie Minogue. It's a perfect setting, the stage on the banks of the Ribble Estuary. It's a clear night, you can see across to Southport tonight, and it's a big year for the festival as they celebrate 10 years. Started on Wednesday with the Human League, on Thursday the Stereophonics, but tonight pure and utter pop with Kylie Minogue. It's quite a change for this part of Lancashire because usually it's a little bit more genteel.
Quiet, peaceful, a bit fancy. Welcome to Lytham St Anne's. For 5 nights every year, this picturesque seaside town undergoes a transformation, and this year's festival celebrates its 10th birthday. More than 500,000 people have come to the festival over that time, with audiences of more than 75,000 expected this year.
Over the past decade, some massive stars have performed here in leafy Lytham, the likes of Nile Rodgers and Chic, Noel Gallagher and Bryan Adams. But tonight, a pop princess who's recently retained legend status comes here to this small Lancashire town.
After her emotional performance in the Legend spot at Glastonbury and last night in Manchester, tonight it's Lytham's turn.
I remember reading somewhere Emily Evis said, oh, well, we've already got our Legend slot, and it's a lady, and I thought, oh, right, I reckon that's Kylie. And yeah, I think she'd heard about it. You know, for many years we'd asked her to come and play here, and just the dates hadn't worked out, and yeah, the stars have aligned and she's coming, which I can't believe. It's incredible.
Restaurants, bars, cafes, hotels are packed, and what happens is people come here and they see the town in its prime, particularly when the In Bloom group have done their fantastic work, and they think, I like the look of this and I'm going to come back again. And we do know that adds significant value to the economic pound in the area, and it actually increases the value of people's desire to be here.
So here we are. Kylie, hello.
I get that all the time. We're like sisters, we're like lythams. But no, this is Zoe from Funny Girls.
How much are you looking forward to Kylie here in Lytham?
Immensely. It's my first time at Lytham Festival because I'm normally always working, but I've managed to swindle tonight off just because it was Kylie.
You know, when we did our first event here, you know, it was only for like 4,000 people, and it was, you know, it was kind of like a posh village fete, really. And yeah, I mean, it makes me really proud to be able to say that I'm local and I've put this event on, and everybody always wants to know who's playing next year. So it's kind of, everyone's having a great time this week, and then Monday morning will come and everyone will be like, who have you got next year?
So it's a big night. Kylie tonight, Sir Rod Stewart tomorrow night, and on Sunday it's Hollywood Proms with Michael Ball and Sheridan Smith. If you're not lucky enough to have a ticket for Sunday, the entire concert is live on BBC Radio Lancashire. Right, I'm going to open the champagne now. Back to you in the studio.
Graham, thanks so much for that. Graham Liver for us in Lytham. I don't understand why I've copped for the late shift.
I was just going to say that
and he's in Lytham.
That explains why
you're
doing the late news and he's having a party. Is it going to rain on them in Lytham, Kay? That's the big question. Hopefully
no pressure, hopefully not. No, actually, there's plenty of good news for this weekend and for Lytham as well. Better news than we started off with this morning. Many of us had scenes like Jean did in Ashton in Makefield. Lots of rain around this morning, but what a difference a couple of hours makes. Check out the scenes in Bowness on Windermere. Beautiful this afternoon. And like I said, for many of us over the weekend, we are looking at it being dry with good spells of sunshine. Now, I wanted to start the forecast just by looking at the thunderstorms that we had to end the day yesterday. Gosh, they were huge, weren't they? They rattled through quite quickly. And then for most of us, it was dry. And then through this afternoon, a lot of us stayed dry. As we go through this evening, if you are heading out, staying dry, just getting cloud increasing. So it stays quite mild. It's been quite a breezy day, hasn't it, today? And it stays quite breezy overnight tonight. Lows of about 13 or 14 degrees. So then, tomorrow morning, waking up in the Isle of Man, we are dry, fair bit of cloud out and about, but we are going to see it brightening up and plenty of sunshine in the afternoon here. Elsewhere, a lot of cloud to start the day. That's going to burn away, and then best of the sunshine actually will be for those coastal towns, for Lytham, St Anne's. Further towards the east, though, we are looking at the risk of some showers. If you catch one of these into the afternoon, they could be quite sharp, but no thunderstorm activity for tomorrow. The bigger picture? Well, high pressure starts to dominate. That means great news. Sunday, mostly dry, settled. It stays like that for Monday. I think it's best to ignore this. We'll just describe the end of the next week as not looking the best. More on that in a minute. So for Sunday, yes, there'll be a lot of cloud out and about, but we are going to see it breaking. Some bright, some sunny spells. Check out the Isle of Man here. Looks like we'll see the best of the sunshine with highs on Sunday of about 21 degrees. Now, as for the start of next week, Monday settled, high pressure dominating, light winds. It does say on the map that we're looking at temperatures around about 22 or 23 degrees. I think we're going to push up to about 24. But like I said, to the end of next week, it is, I'm afraid, going to turn wet and windy and feeling quite cool for the time of year as well. So we'll ignore that. Forget about it.
Well, we will, seeing as we're going to be at the RHS Tat and Flower Show from Wednesday next week.
Oh, OK. Well, I'll get my weather wand out and I'll sort it, don't worry.
Thank you, Kay.
Weather wand. Sounds good.
The sound of that. If only it was...
Let's take our coats anyway, just in case.
Yeah, no problem.
Have a lovely evening. Thanks so much for watching.
Thank you.